You just finished building an awesome MOC, totally ready to show it off. But your photos turned out like this, or maybe this, or oops, this? Or maybe you've always found yourself thinking, my MOCs are not that bad at all, so where's the traffic? Sometimes it's not about how good your build is, it's about how you present it. Hey guys, welcome back to BuildGoNuts Creations. Now, even though I'm a LEGO MOC builder, I'm also someone who takes LEGO photography very seriously. If you have seen my previous video or followed me from the start, you might know I didn't actually set out to be a mocker. I just wanted to tell story through LEGO using my camera. And it turned out some of those photos did get noticed. They were reposted by LEGO's official Instagram and even got featured in magazines. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 methods I've been using to shoot LEGO MOCs. I'll be sharing my real experience shooting each method, what works best, and how to make your build stand out. And I'll tell you which one is my personal favorite. Of course, these methods are not just for LEGO MOCs. They work great on official LEGO sets as well, or even other toys. So let's get started. Let's kick things off with one of the most common methods. So what is a seamless background anyway? You've probably seen it in product photography. It's that setup where the background basically disappears, so all the focus goes straight to your build. The setup isn't too complicated. The simple DIY version is just using some heavy books and a piece of paper. Just fix the top to a vertical surface, let it bend naturally into a curve, and tape down the bottom to your desk. If you want to go bigger or more pro, you can build a basic wooden frame. If your build is highly detailed, colorful, or on the smaller side, this method really helps the model pop. A simple background makes the colors and textures stand out without fighting for attention. But personally, it's not my go-to method. Like I said, it's super common, which common means kinda dull. Unless your build itself is extremely unique, it's hard to stand out on platforms like Instagram. In today's scroll-fast world, first impressions really matter. But if your photo looks just like everyone else's, they might just scroll right past. I still use this method sometimes. Like with my Pac-Man MOC, I went super low effort and just taped a blue backdrop to my desktop. I chose blue because it's complementary to Pac-Man's yellow, which naturally draws your eyes and creates some tension. I'm not obsessed about making my background perfectly seamless. Sometimes I just use my black tabletop and the backdrop I already have for my video setup. And if I want colors, I'll just use lights. My main light is an overhead softbox, and I will add few lights if I need more depth. The second method is for the brave ones and adventurous. Just take your MOC outside. Any setting you can find, you can turn into a photo with real atmosphere, as long as your MOC survives the journey in one piece. These methods really emphasize the contrast between LEGO and the real world. It's like stepping into a miniature alternate reality. Back in the day, I used to take LEGO minifigs or small MOCs outside all the time, but this method doesn't work with big builds. As mentioned, large MOCs are fragile, and outdoor transport is just meh. Even if you carefully pack everything in a box, there's still a high chance of parts falling off or the entire sections collapse. That's why I started focusing on more complex builds. I mostly retired doing outdoor shoots, just like this picnic MOC I shot recently. It had tons of tiny parts that were pain to film and easy to lose. A lot of elements were not fixed in place either, so I ended up using a zip bag to pack and transport everything. The other thing is the weather and lighting. Nothing crushes your spirit like hauling your precious MOC to the perfect spot, only for it to start raining, or worst, the sun just disappeared. I personally prefer shooting during golden hour. That soft warm light just before sunset is magical. But timing is everything. That golden light fades fast. By the time you already set up everything, the sky could already turn dark. We will dive deeper into those camera techniques in a future video. But for now, if you love the combo of nature and LEGO, this method is for you. And seriously, bring extra bricks. You will thank me later. And some tips: early morning or late afternoon have the best lights. Fewer people to bump into your setup. Alright, now it's time to set the mood. You're not just taking a photo, you're crafting a vibe. This one is my personal favorite, the one I use almost 80% of my LEGO photography. It's also the one I get most love for. I honestly think this is a big part of what helps my work stand out among many other LEGO builders and photographers out there. So let me break down exactly how it works and what makes it so special. I started with just minifigs and slowly evolved into building MOCs. My goal has always been to make the people feel like they are stepping into the brick character's world, to immerse them in the story using light, color, and mood. This style is perfect for storytelling, especially for interior or architectural scenes. Even a simple setup can look amazing if you light it right. Take this earlier project of mine, Boating Night. I built a little boat inspired by Ninjago, showing the characters fishing under the stars. I used a blue light to mimic moonlight and create that cool nighttime tone. Then I placed a warm yellow light inside the cabin to create contrast, and added a subtle red lantern glow for drama. That lighting combo is one of my all-time favorites. You'll see it again and again in my works because it just works. It's theatrical but cozy. Another example is my Wanda's Library MOC. This was a super detailed indoor scene with a specific vision in mind. The centerpiece was a mountain of books, with Wanda sitting on top like a spotlighted lead actress. I left an opening above the model to simulate the theatrical spotlight, and using natural-looking light through the window to imitate a gloomy day, and sparkled in some warm ambient lighting to illuminate weird little details in the background. It was basically staged like a movie set, and that's exactly the vibe I wanted. That's why when I design a MOC like this, I plan the lighting before the structure. Now let's talk about this bigger outdoor style project, our secret campsite. This one had a larger setup, which made the lighting more complex. So I used dusk lighting. It's warm, soft, emotional. Finally, I used a large mirror in the back to hide the part of the scene that would break the illusion, and even used the reflection to simulate the force extending into distance. There's so much more I can say about this method, but since this video is about comparing 3 different styles, I will make another video more about that. Just know that if you're planning to tell a visual story with your MOC, this style lets you build the emotion right into the scene. Like I said, this is my favorite style, but yes, it's not for everyone. It takes time, effort, and gear. Every shot I spend ages setting up lightings, testing dozens of variations, and experimenting until I find a shot. And because it's all about mood and storytelling, I have to be careful with framing. No visible behind the scenes. That means I can only show about 70% of my actual MOC in the final photo, which does sting a little considering how much time I spent building it. And some tips: one backlight and a bit of haze, instant movie magic. Alright, that was a lot to take in, but let's wrap it up with a quick summary. A seamless background gives you a clean, professional look, and really shows off the structure of your build, but the visuals can feel a bit plain. This setup works best for structural or pure showcase style creations. And for outdoor shooting, the footage looks natural, fun, and more interactive, but you are at the mercy of the weather, and transporting the model can be risky. So outdoor shots work best for vehicles, buildings, and miniature diorama type creations. If you go with the mood lighting and a full set, you'll get a lot more atmosphere and visual impact. The downside is that it's difficult to set up and usually takes more gear. This style is great for character builds or anything with a storytelling vibe. Honestly, try all 3. Seriously, while each style works better for certain types of builds, I highly recommend testing all 3 with the same MOC. Because each method might surprise you, it can help you see your own creation from totally new angles. You might discover details you didn't even realize were there. At the end of the day, there's no single right way to photograph a LEGO build, just different styles with different kinds of beauty. Now it's your turn. Which style do you use the most? Is there one you've been dying to try but haven't taken the leap yet? Let's talk in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you won't miss what's coming next. See you in the next one. Bye.